recently I've had a few comments asking me about the type of video equipment that I use to do these YouTube videos. And you know, I keep it real simple, but there's a lot of new, I'll call them gadgets on the market. You know, the drone. I tell you, that's a game changer. That's such an amazing tool with an incredible camera and the ability to mount it anywhere you want to get stills or video. That blows my mind. But I recently picked up a few other little, we'll call them gadgets, but they're tools for getting better quality video. One of them that I'm going to show you in a minute is called it's a Y-Roll Cam is the name of the company. It's basically a device, a remote control that you can put onto this cable that carries the camera. You know, and there's pros and cons to all of these little toys. I'm trying to get some of the most interesting footage that I can, but I don't want to lose the reason for the channel, and that's the educational value of these videos. So I'm going to show you a few of the things that I've been using that seem to help me out. And finally, a lot of people say, why don't I go for a GoPro camera, you know, something you can mount on a helmet or something like that. And I'm not opposed to it. The one thing I don't like about the GoPro is it's kind of a super wide angle lens, so it distorts everything. I see videos of guys look like they're 300 feet up in a tree. You know, I know it's not really that high. Anyway, hope you enjoy my channel, and I'll show you a few tricks of my video processing.
Well, like I said, the drone is a pretty cool tool. I took it up to a friend's house up in the mountains here, and I thought it would be kind of interesting to look at this old landmark tree. It's called Frida's tree on this property, and I actually remember when this tree was alive. It's such a magnificent example of an old canyon live oak, but you know, of course it's long gone. So I shot a little bit of video of my friend's house, and he's doing some remodeling and some changes up there. And I wish I had got it before he did the remodel, because we'd have something to compare it to, and that could be valuable for him. In terms of using the drone for tree work, you know, I did do a video recently about that, just that subject, but I'm always amazed at the value of this tool. But what's hard to do is think about why you're going to use it and how you're going to use it in a video. It's like you have to say to yourself, okay, I want to get an overview of this part of the forest to show how many trees are dead, or I want to get an overview of the concentrations of different species of trees in an area. Or you can just put it up and hold it still while somebody's doing some tree work and get a camera shot that you couldn't possibly get any other way. But I've got this other tool that I just recently bought. It's called a Y-Roll, and I wanted to explain this a little bit. The company name is Y-Roll, W-I-R-A-L, and here's the kit that it comes with. It was about $300, and what it is this little device right here holds a camera, and you've got all this cord or cable that you stretch out and put it in a position where you can mount this on the cable. It's what's known as a cable cam. I don't have the camera mounted on it here. I'm just getting used to this new tool, this new toy, this new fairly inexpensive process that brings to my capability what used to be a very expensive proposition. Now there's a lot of mistakes I'm making with it. I'm noticing that it rocks a little bit. There's the sound of this device, so I have to have an alternate microphone. If I bump something, you can see it rocks all over the place. So I'm playing with it. This is really for the benefit of anybody who's interested in one of these. If you figure out exactly how you need it, it could be an incredible tool. It takes a little while to set it up, and the types of shots that you can get. I'm trying to imagine how I can use it in my tree videos. And the main reason I got it is I thought it'd be really cool to put the cable down low in the yard and run it all the way up through the tree while somebody's up there working, and have it go beyond the climber, beyond the person doing the work. And it's primary for intro, shots or filler shots to feed to the whole video. But before this came out, any kind of a cable cam system was just prohibitively expensive. And now we have all these tools at the hands of anybody who has a cell phone nowadays, a smartphone, has this incredible camera. I mean, to be able to shoot high definition video on this little thing that you keep with you all the time, it's a game changer. I mean, I'm able to pull it out anytime I'm at a job site, and if I see something interesting, I catch it. I look at it later. If it's not that good, I just discard it. But, if I didn't have a camera on me all the time, I would have to prepare. I'd have to say, okay, here's what I'm going to be doing. But the benefit of this is I catch things. I decided to set this thing up and see what it looked like to go for a walk in the woods. So in essence, if you look really closely, you can see that cable up above. So there's some negatives. You can kind of camouflage it a little bit in your images, but unless somebody's really paying attention, I think you could get away with it. Or if it was a side shot, you wouldn't see the cable at all. If you're going up in a tree and you have the camera pointed at the side angle or even a little bit off so that you're not catching that cable, I think it could be quite good. So I'm making all kinds of mistakes. I didn't realize how low it was, so I banged the ground, and I'm putting it so that I can see what the image is, which reduces the high definition down to 720p. But it gives me the opportunity to center myself in the camera that I'm looking at. I see some great possibilities, but I have to creatively think about how to use this. I'm sure you're going to see it from time to time in some of my upcoming videos, and I hope it's going to turn out to be as good as I believe it's going to be. So, I'm just carrying on. I'm having a lot of fun here, and if you are interested in one of these, this is a pretty basic first attempt. So on this one, I shut the sound off, because you really can't use the sound from the camera itself. You would have to have some kind of a remote mic or something if you wanted to catch the actual sounds while you're using it. But this is the sort of thing that you would do verbal or vocal overlay, or add music, or you could actually go for a walk in the woods and record the sounds of the woods and footsteps and do an overlay of just the sound, get rid of the video and put that over it, and it would sound like I've got actual sound along with the video. But you see that the rocking is something I've got to really learn how to deal with. I'm playing with the balance of this little device. If it's off just the slightest little bit, the motion gets it going. Kind of interesting. I went out for a little walk on my property, and the cats think they're dogs. They follow me around like my dogs do. So they frequently get caught up in some of my video capture. So here I put the camera off to the side, and I thought, well, let's see what it looks like, kind of shooting a side view, of what parts of the woods would look like, or the forest. And it's not bad. I definitely see promise with this tool. So I hope you're interested in understanding the technology that goes into making some of these videos. And also, it's important to know that the cost for some of these tools has come way, way down. The last video I shared my visor. I've got a visor that goes with the drone that helps me to see everything that the drone sees. And I'm still learning the value of that tool. I'm getting good at the drone, but now I've got a whole new tool to master. So the time that it takes for me to go through and learn each of these new, you know, they are toys. They really are toys. They're tools, but they're toys that you play with to learn how to do stuff. So this is a different type of shot. I was seeing what it looks like to shoot the ground, and I saw the cat over there. I thought, oh, I'm going to buzz the cat, see what the cat has to say about it. That was kind of fun. And there's the other cat. I think you're going to like this next shot here. I came back at the cat. He didn't like it. He knocked the camera off of there. So here's another tool that I have. This is also made by DJI, but there's a lot of them on the market. They're video camera or phone camera stabilizers, so it'll work really well with certain types of lightweight cameras. It's primarily designed for a phone, but what it is a way of changing it's a Steadicam. And it does have some limitations, but you can see that you push the button and you can move it forward or backward. You can walk with it, and it greatly reduces the movement in the camera, which is a big problem. There's a big however, because there's a little motor inside here, and the video that you shoot, you always hear the background sound of the motor noise. So once again, I will have to adapt this with like a lapel mic with a sending unit that mounts on this somewhere. It can be done. There's that visor I was talking about. I want to show you a little bit of this. You put this on. Some people need to wear tight glasses because the focal point is pretty tight. The older you are, the harder it is to see through this, and obviously my camera can't focus on it. But it puts you there. I mean, you put these things on and you feel like you're flying. And you know, another big tool that I never talk about is the editing suite that I use. I prefer Adobe Premiere. It's what I've learned. I started out with Windows equipment, and I've learned it. And Adobe has some incredible products that integrate with each other. You can use Photoshop as well as After Effects and Premiere, and they all mix and match really well. And there's a whole suite of tools, you know, that Adobe offers. And I'm fortunate to have a friend who gifted me this. He works at Adobe. And finally, this little pouch that I've got. This is one of my most valuable tools because it means my camera is always right there for my phone camera. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that.